How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Factorio Space Age. So, in the last episode, we primarily focused on establishing some borders and kind of defending our factory a little bit. We still are having some biter problems in the west. Likely gonna have some problems in the northeast here in a little bit, but I don't see any biters yet, so we should be good. Temporarily, however, we are gonna be focusing on redoing some of the ore input just because we are having some ore issues. So, what I've been going through is upgrading, well, I don't know, upgrading belt and then adding more mining capacity from what we currently have. Good, and these ones are all getting used, which is what I like to see. So, we're going through and we're just placing down a ton of mining equipment, and then, let's see, what do we need? We need steel. And we're slowly going through and using up some of our bootstrap stuff that we have here that we haven't really used in a very long time, actually. Except now, we are. And now let's grab some more iron ore, empty it into those. And this system here is just literally to make these because the robots are eating all the other ones that we're producing, and they're slowly upgrading all the other stuff throughout the base. We no longer need this right here, but let's disconnect these first. Okay, and like so. Excellent. Let's get more mining. Definitely, this DLC is quite interesting. So we haven't gotten too far into it on this world. However, on our multiplayer world that we're doing, we have gotten to the platform. And so we're currently building that. That is interesting, and it's kind of fun because you can really do some kind of cool things with it. And I'll show you that once we kind of get more towards it. Right now, my goal is to fix our resource issues, get this going, get some defenses and some other logistical things going. And once we kind of build out the bus, because right now the bus is very threadbare, we literally have the bare minimum to have launched a rocket, but not sustain multiple rocket launches. So we are going to go through and hopefully fix a lot of that in the coming episodes. Alright, and then at least that is the goal anyway. That should be everything. I know it's a little bit inefficient on some of those poles, but it's fine. So that should be iron for the most part fixed. Oh, this needs to come down as well. Oh no, we got rid of all our yellow belt. Then we do need to go grab more. Just more regular belts. Go like this. Then we're gonna slowly go through and take all of it off the belt. There we go. Alright. Let's go ahead and yeah, let's train our belt. Let's go get some better belt, and then we'll come back and we'll upgrade the copper a little bit more. Fuel was turned off, so that's why those are all angry. And then we are still going through and upgrading these. We should be fine for now on science, but I'm trying to get the laser turrets so that way we can use those for defenses. We're kind of just trying to do a lot of things at once, and it is biting us in the butt a little bit just because we don't have the resources to sustain it. Yeah, see, all the underground are just getting eaten if I throw those 50 in there. Almost entirely gone. We're gonna take a ton of these red underground though, because not underground, but regular red belt. Those in there should be good. Let's grab some more mining. Pull earlier. Should be fun. Power poles. Got another stack. Alright. Let's head back over here. We could turn science off just for a little while. Just that way we can kind of catch back up and refill a lot of the buffer on the bus, but I think we'll be fine if we just keep pushing. So now let's head back over here. Because my goal is to get this fixed, because we have quite a lot of resources over here that we can use. And then we'll worry about our utilization of it a little bit later. Like, why don't we have as much steel? Probably because half of this isn't even built. That is why. We literally have very bare steel amounts, but that's fine. We'll probably change it over at some point to either just different compact versions of it, so we can have more steel on the bus, because I believe it's a ratio of like 100 and something furnaces to fill one red belt, and we currently are only utilizing a very small fraction of that. Okay. Looks like we already tapped most of this copper. But these two are not currently doing their thing, so let's go ahead and get this guy going. It is threadbare, so that is important to know. We'll have to combine these down into just one belt. Or, yeah, I mean, honestly, all of that can fit on probably just one lane. We are building quite a high capacity. I think what we're going to do is we're probably going to put trains somewhere on this side of the smelting setup that we have. I'm just not sure where we're going to do that just yet. I haven't really thought of where the layouts for things are going to go. Okay. Let's clean this up. I'll be excited once we get robots all over here. That will make our life a little bit easier. Okay, so that should all be going swell. Okay. There is this copper patch we can also mine, so we don't really need to get more copper for quite a while, but we do need more iron soon. Just because we don't really have another big iron ore patch. We have 1.4 million here, but we're going to go through that pretty quickly, because our current consumption of it is 3.5k per minute. Yeah, we're consuming all that we can produce, so we are in need of more. So our best bet right now would be to secure this 15 million ore patch, or even this 34 million ore patch. Or unless there's some up here to the northeast somewhere, but that will likely require us to want trains for those. In the meantime, though, I am going to tap this copper patch. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this up so that way we can just feed in whatchamacallit. I'll show you what this looks like here in a minute. So this is one thing I've done before with my ore patches, is if I have some in sync, what I'll do is I'll have it so that it's an inline split, but instead of splitting, it's an inline combinator, so that it looks something like this, where it's able to take in 6 more lanes, because these aren't full lanes by any stretch of the imagination. And what I'll do is I'll do an input priority on the right hand side, so that it prioritizes this ore patch to get eaten. Now let's go ahead and upgrade this just to make sure that all the ore is kind of coming down as quickly as it can. So that way the mining drills have as much of an opportunity to be working as they can. Excellent. Okay. But as you can see, it's not really enough to fully fill the belts. What we're going to do is we are going to fully tap this. I don't think we'll have enough drills to do it, but we'll see. And then what I like to do is I just pick a spot and just start going all the way up. And all the way down, like so, like so, like so. Excellent. And then some more over here. God, I still remember when the ore looked very uniform and very, not very good. Ever since they redid the ore textures a while ago. Looks really, really nice. I will say, I'm excited to see what sort of mods come out of 2.0 in Space Age, just to see kind of like what's going to change, because there's definitely so much that has changed that I think it's going to be difficult for a little while for mod content to kind of catch back up with all the new additions. Like, I'm sure the base game, in terms of just the first planet that we're on, will have mods that affect it pretty quickly, but I think a lot of the overhaul mods, to truly get really big and overhaul-y, are going to have their work cut out for them in order to get to a point where we start to see, like, really good and big overhauls to all the planets. I'm also curious to see if any mods that do any of the overhauls end up adding planets, because as it currently stands, I think it's likely that we're going to see that in some of them. But I don't really know. There's definitely the more planets you add, then you have to flesh out that whole system, because then do you try to do a custom system like the base game has, or how the DLC has, rather, or do you go the route of the planet doesn't necessarily have a unique mechanic, but maybe it has unique resources, like it does. So I don't know. I'm sure we will see some interesting things. There are some attacks. That is crazy. This guy has, like, no health left, but these turrets have no ammo, so they're gonna break through, probably break these two, head over here and get hit. Okay. So let's head over there then. Grab all the copper out of our inventory. But so this way it prioritizes the right-hand side, and then it makes sure that we can get more copper this way. So this will help feed our copper demand. We honestly just need more iron. So that is going to probably be our next priority that we're going to focus on, likely in the next episode. I think this episode we're going to just continue working on the ore input side, and then I'm going to work on looking at setting up trains, I think, in between episodes. We don't have a vehicle currently, do we? No, we don't have one on us, but we do need some engines if we do head over there. So I'm going to grab some ammo. It is regular ammo, but it's plenty for now. And we do need engines. We do need some iron. Cool. And then we can just check that all there. And then rocket fuel. Rocket fuel in cars is fun. Dangerous, but fun. I say that it's dangerous because you are likely to run into something. Okay. Eventually these will be laser turrets, and we won't necessarily have to worry about expending ammo at them. Although the expending the ammo part, like, I know it's not necessarily efficient because you are spending resources amongst other things at the biters. The energy weapons do seem a bit, not cheesy, but it just seems, I don't know, it does kind of just seem cheesy, but just because you can have power effectively become unlimited, but I guess when you're playing on a infinite resources and all, or near infinite resources, for all intents and purposes. But I don't know. I think it will be interesting, though, to see what some of the new technologies bring. Because I have read the Friday facts for the last several months as they were coming out. And there are definitely some interesting defensive mechanics that we'll get into as we explore the other planets and stuff. I'm not planning on beelining it for any one planet specifically. I'll probably just go to the next closest one. And then just kind of set up things there and just, again, kind of explore things organically as we play. It's unlikely that this series is going to progress faster than our multiplayer world, so I'll likely have done things in that world or seen things in that world first, and then kind of get an idea for how I want to do them in this world. So definitely things here are going to be more of an afterthought in comparison. Oh, we didn't grab more mining drills. Crud. Okay, well, let's head over there then. We are going to need more. And then, let's grab more of these. Okay. Yeah, it's going to slowly start starving of iron because we only have a few mining drills on it now. Actually, you know what? I'm going to just make these all go into that because there's not very many. I'm content with not having like super duper OP efficient mining setup right now. I want to learn what the game is gonna feel and experience like. The other thing we're gonna have to figure out is we do need more steel, so steel production is gonna have to get ramped up quite a bit from what we currently have in order to sustain a lot of the space stuff, because steel gets used. What's kind of interesting is, so in the base game, like in 1.0, the way the game felt was you used a ton of iron for a very long time, and then eventually once you transition over to like getting blue circuits that's when you start using a ton of red circuits, which inadvertently, both blue and red, use a ton of green circuits, which forces you to use a ton of copper over a ton of iron. I mean, you're still using a ton of iron, but you're now also using a ton of copper, right? Now it feels like with Space Age, just from the little bit of experience that I have, is it now feels like you're also, at some point, once you have launched your rocket and you start transitioning over to doing space age things, it feels like now you're using a ton more steel than you used to. Because, like, sure, steel's important, but it's not really used in the manufacturing of the circuits. But now you're using it to manufacture all your space components. So it's like you have your early game is iron, mid game you start to use more copper, late game you start to use more steel. Although, arguably, we're still very much in the early game, even when we're starting to do the space age things. But it's just an interesting perspective to see, and that's not even including all the new resources that they've added. It's really nice to see all of our iron, or excuse me, not iron, copper. Jeez. Copper is starting to back up, which is really good to see. And we're going to go ahead and start doing that up here. However, it is starting to get about that time, so I think I'm going to finish placing these drills down, and while we do that, I guess we'll do our outro. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. If you guys did, you guys know to smash that like button if you haven't done so already, as it does help the engagement. If you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, tips, tricks, and anything else under the sun, leave those down below. And as always, hope you guys learned something, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a good one. See you guys later.